They'll probably hang you, buddy.
You coming, buddy?
Okay, so by now you've seen the new Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, 15 times? But there's so much in it that it's likely that you still haven't seen everything. With the veil lifted yet again on the astonishing world of Red Dead Redemption 2, we've got a whole 6 minutes of footage to delve into. Everyone can tell you the main points in terms of story and characters, but we're going to focus on the small things, like the constantly evolving towns, the heist missions, yep, they're back, fast travel, and the significance of the snow. Here are 10 things we've pulled out of our cowboy boots. The Euphoria engine is back. Every single shot in the trailer is beautiful, and the animations are just as stunning. This all comes from Rockstar's Euphoria engine, which is a fancy-pants physics engine that makes the characters stumble and fall in more interesting ways. Just check out the way this guy falls after being shot. Instead of ragdolls or pre-canned reactions, it blends together animation, physics, gravity, and so on the fly to create realistic and responsive animations that's different every time. It was obviously used to great effect in GTA 4 and 5 and Red Dead Redemption for that matter, both for making people look really drunk and making sure they die in believable ways. Now, of course, it's even more refined in Red Dead Redemption 2, and you can see enemies crumble and scrabble in the mud trying to keep their balance. The story. One of the scenes in the first minute of the trailer has Dutch and Arthur wading their way through the snow saying,
"We need to get those people warm and fed."
Now here they're most likely talking about the other people in the camp, which implies that with the changing weather comes changing demands from your camp. With the extreme cold, you're going to need more food and warmth than usual to keep morale up. So whereas hunting, something that we already know is a key feature in Red Dead Redemption 2, is important, when a blizzard comes, it becomes a critical way to keep everyone alive. It's also a choice that you don't have to do. You can take your kill back to camp, or you can take it to the shop and sell it for coins, at the expense of your standing in the camp, of course. Now, back to the snow. This, as Mirio Kunti points out on GTA forums, could be the opening of the game. Now, that would obviously mirror the opening of GTA 5 somewhat. Here we might see a robbery in Blackwater in 1898 that goes wrong. Or right, I guess. And the gang have to flee the area. They get trapped when the passes get snowed in, and the law in West Elizabeth can't follow them, so assumes that they've died. The snow that we're seeing here would be the Great Blizzard of 1899, and would make for a great opening set piece. There's a new wanted system. Although having a bounty on your head in the first game was absolutely a thing, complete with wanted posters and posses coming after you, it looks like Red Dead 2 is going all GTA with the new wanted system. Instead of a 5-star rating though, you'll be moving up the naughty steps along with the actual letters of the word wanted. That means that there could be up to 6 levels in the stakes, with various actions building up the meter, from killing people to stealing things, looting, and all those other slap on the wrist activities. It also looks like wanted posters will still be a thing too, so watch out for your mug, or that of others, being pasted around town. Structures evolve over time. It's been confirmed that during your time playing Red Dead 2, that settlements and buildings will evolve over time, much like I wanted the Mile High Tower in GTA 5 to. And in this part of the trailer dedicated to explaining the importance of horses, we briefly see a structure in the background with a wagon of logs being pulled towards it. One of the big things Rockstar is pushing for in Red Dead 2 is that you'll be journeying through a living, breathing world, and this is a big hint towards that. The structure looks like it will evolve into a full-on building, as it's midway through construction, so during your playthrough, you'll probably want to revisit old areas to see how they've changed since you last saw them. More evidence of this can be seen here, with the guy in the bottom right carrying a wooden plank to a construction site. There are symbols to indicate the types of characters you're interacting with. Next to the name of every character, there's an icon, ranging from yellow dots, red circles with a crosshair, and a red eye. It seems that this icon will indicate what kind of person you're interacting with. Eyes are witnesses, the crosshairs seem to be for figures of authority, and the yellow dot may have something to do with your honour. The yellow dot does appear when you're choosing whether to save or leave this man hanging off the edge of a cliff, which, by the way, is very, very similar to the choice you have to make in GTA 4 with Ivan the Terrible. So it could be that the colour changes according to how you interact with each character. Speaking of choice, what you do in the world will affect everything. Take this scene for example. If you didn't save the man's life, it's likely this interaction won't happen or will be radically different. And it's not just people in your camp either. These NPCs know you've killed their cousin and aren't happy about it.
You killed my cousin, you sick son of a bitch!
Fast travel. Anyone with an eagle eyesight will have spotted the sides of this train, which has second sleeper on it. Rockstar have previously spoken about how they want fast travel to be seamlessly integrated into the game, so having sleeper trains as a method for speedily getting around the map feels like an ideal solution. In the olden times, they took passengers all around the country and came fitted with beds, so dozing off in one of them would be a nice way to explain the time jump in getting from location to location. There are 19th century celebrities. Red Dead 2's placing at such a turning point in American history means it's ripe for a touch of historical celebrity. Which is why this guy is a dead ringer for Carlton Watkins, a famous landscape photographer of the time, and then there's this character that looks a little like Nikola Tesla, who moved to America in 1884 and stayed there until he died. Whoever this is has a beard instead of Tesla's trademark tash, but the centre parting is 100% Nikola. Side activities. Yep, I know, it would have been pretty hard to miss the giant hint that fishing is going to be in Red Dead 2. But for anyone who blinked and missed it, or just thought these three outlaws were admiring the sunset, fishing is going to be a big part of the game. And it could be that rather than being like hunting, which sustains the outlaw camp and keeps morale up, this could be more of a hobby that allows you to spend some quality time with Dutch and other members of the gang, because as we can see, Arthur isn't casting his line alone here. Interacting with NPCs and L2. Throughout the trailer, there are numerous different shots of the interaction menu in the bottom right when Arthur is busy interrogating NPCs. And we see a lot of the L2 option. Some of the time it's greyed out when he's talking to someone at a distance, but it becomes bold when he's busy beating someone up. What does it mean? Well, we're not entirely sure. Perhaps you can hold it down to bring up another set of actions aside from threatening, dismissing, or beating the poor sod who's in your eyeline. Or it could be that holding it down brings up the ramifications of violence against the NPC in question. It definitely seems, at times at least, to indicate what mission you're on, but who knows really. Well, Rockstar, obviously. Abigail and Jack Marston are part of your camp. Rumours of Abigail and Jack Marston being part of Red Dead Redemption 2 have been flying around since the first trailers, but this gameplay trailer confirms it. Sitting around the campfire is a woman with a young boy, who you see again at the camp. The pair are definitely Jack and Abigail. Not only do they look strikingly similar to the character we know and love from Red Dead Redemption, but the young boy is about the right age for Jack. He buries his mother in 1914 at the age of 19, which would mean he was born in 1985. Red Dead 2 is set in 1899, which would make Jack around 4 years old here, which looks about right for the little tyke. It's also worth considering that John and Abigail have a daughter around this time too, who dies sometime after 1906. And the little things. Okay, that's the main points we wanted to cover, but here's some quick-fire observations for those of you who've made it this far. This trailer is part of a series, so you can expect, if you ask me, at least 2 more trailers before release. Part 2 of this one, and an online trailer. Even if it's just that, we're talking about a new trailer every 3 weeks or so. For reference, Red Dead 1's introduction to gameplay series came out on March 24th, 2010, and Part 2 came out 9 days later on April 2nd. Take a quick look at the pre-order pack and you can see that you can customize your online camp with specific items. This will probably work a lot like your online apartments in GTA Online. There are strong 3:10 to Yuma references in the trailer. Ben Foster have this very jacket in the film, it's just in different colours. This line,
"We're gonna borrow a little money from old Uncle Sam and be out of his hair once and for all,"
is likely a hint to how you'll be moved from location to location. Speaking of which, heists look like they'll be back. This shot will be very familiar to anyone who's planned a heist in GTA 5, and it looks like there'll be a main score at key points in the story. There's a dog right there. Just wanted to point that out. Not really got any relevance to anything, but dog. The minimap shows mountain trails represented by dotted lines. Civilian NPCs are marked as white, enemies are red, and X's are dead people. You can also see your horse on the map, which appears to be the white symbol. Plus, as we can see here, your horse can be led around via the reins. There's loads more to talk about, from the children we can see in the settlements to the subtle horse animations when they get spooked by an animal or the guy gets shot causing them to buck, and honestly, I could pore over this for hours, but for now, that's our short analysis of the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. Let us know what else you've spotted in the comments below, click the boxes on the left for more content from us, and don't forget to hit that big button in the middle to subscribe for more gaming news, reviews, previews and features right here on GamesRadar+.